Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets hidden within your favorite company's filings. Today we've got a doozy from Greenway Technologies, Inc., the company that seems to be undergoing some major shifts at the very top. Let's see what's really going on behind the scenes. Before we dive in, if you love getting these straight to the point, no fluff analyses of corporate documents, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Also, remember to join our Discord community. The link is in the description below for more exclusive content and discussions. So Greenway Technologies is filing what's called a Form 8K. Think of this as a current report, meaning something pretty significant just happened that the public needs to know about and fast. This isn't a regular checkup like a quarterly report. This is more like an unscheduled emergency room visit for the company's leadership. And the earliest major event they're reporting happened on July 9th of this year, 2025. That's where our story really kicks off. The report is all about Greenway Technologies Incorporated. We know they're incorporated in Texas and their file number with the SEC is 000-55030. They're based in Texas, but their principal executive offices are located in Arlington, Texas at 1521 North Cooper Street, Suite 205. Now, about this filing, we need to check a box here. It looks like Greenway Technologies doesn't have any of its securities listed on a major stock exchange. That means they aren't traded on places like the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ, which is quite unusual for a public company. The main event, the reason for this urgent report, falls under item 502 of the form. This category pretty much covers all the big comings and goings of top leadership. And folks, the big news is the termination of their president and chief executive officer. That's right, the top dog, Robert Kevin Jones, has been shown the door as CEO. This happened immediately on July 9th, 2025. However, in a bit of a twist, Mr. Jones is still staying on as a member of the board of directors. This is interesting because it means he's not completely out of the picture, but his role leading the day-to-day operations has ended. But the leadership flux doesn't stop there. Just a few days later, on July 15th, the board made another big move. They appointed Raymond Wright to be the interim president of the company. This means he's stepping in to keep things running while they figure out who the next permanent boss will be. They're telling us that any important details about Mr. Wright's background are already out there in their March 11 filing. They haven't provided any extra pay or what we call compensatory arrangements for his work as interim president yet. This could mean he's already on a salary or they're still working out the specifics. And importantly, they're saying there are no special side deals or agreements that led to Mr. Wright's appointment. It also seems he doesn't have any close family ties to current executives or directors, nor does he have a direct financial stake in any company dealings that would need to be disclosed. Finally, the report is signed off by Ransom B. Jones, who is listed as the Chief Financial Officer. Now, this is the same last name as the outgoing CEO, Robert Kevin Jones. It's very common in business for family members to work together, but it's worth noting the CFO is the one signing off on the termination of the CEO. The date of this signature is July 15th, 2025, the same day they announced the interim president. So what does all this mean for Greenway Technologies? We've seen a sudden departure of the CEO, Robert Kevin Jones, who will remain on the board, and the swift appointment of an interim president, Raymond Wright. This kind of upheaval at the very top often signals underlying issues or disagreements at the board level. The fact that the CEO is out but still on the board could mean a number of things. Maybe he resigned amicably but the board wanted new leadership, or perhaps there were disagreements about the company's direction. The quick handover to an interim president suggests the board wants to maintain operational stability. The lack of immediate compensation details for board wants to maintain operational stability. But the lack of immediate compensation details for Mr. Wright might hint at an ongoing negotiation, or perhaps there were disagreements about the company's direction. The quick handover to an interim president suggests the board wants to maintain operational stability, but the lack of immediate compensation details for Mr. Wright might hint at an ongoing negotiation or a placeholder role. The most critical piece of missing information here, and often the most telling, are the financial figures. This filing, an 8K, is primarily about significant events, not a deep dive into revenue or profit. However, understanding the financial health of a company is crucial when its leadership is in flux. Without any financial tables presented in this specific report, it's hard to directly connect these leadership changes to immediate financial performance. But we can infer that the board likely made these decisions based on a broader view of the company's performance and future prospects, which would absolutely include their financial standing. Companies sometimes change CEOs when performance isn't meeting expectations or when they're facing a crucial strategic pivot. If Greenway Technologies has been struggling financially, or if their strategy isn't delivering results, this leadership change could be a direct response. The fact that they aren't listed on a major exchange and the limited information available in this report suggest Greenway might be a smaller, perhaps privately influenced company, or one that's finding it challenging to attract significant public market investment. Our assessment here is that while the specific financial details are absent from this particular report, the complete shake-up at the CEO level is a significant signal. It suggests that the board felt a change in leadership was necessary. The immediate appointment of an interim president indicates a focus on continuity, but the underlying reasons for the CEO's termination remain opaque from this filing alone. This leaves us with a key question: was the CEO replaced due to performance issues, a change in company strategy, or perhaps something more personal or internal to the board? Investors and observers will be keenly watching for future filings, particularly any financial reports, to understand how these leadership changes impact Greenway Technologies' actual business operations and its bottom line. The biggest risk here is the uncertainty. When leadership changes rapidly, especially at the top, it can sometimes lead to a period of instability, and that can affect employee morale, strategic execution, and investor confidence. The opportunity, however, might lie in the possibility that the new interim leadership and potentially a future permanent CEO can bring a fresh perspective and a renewed focus that could steer the company towards greater success. Ultimately, Greenway Technologies appears to be at a crossroads. The departure of its CEO and the appointment of an interim leader are clear indicators of significant internal shifts. While we lack the financial tables to paint a full picture of their current performance, these leadership changes demand our attention. We'll be keeping a close eye on Greenway Technologies to see how these developments unfold and what future reports reveal about the company's direction. Alright, that's our breakdown of Greenway Technologies' latest filing. What's your take on these leadership changes and what they might signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate America. Don't forget to check out our Discord community in the description for more insider discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Dakota.